Anderson, Alabama 1. What's the difference between Anderson and Miles Murphy at number 2? Is there a big gap?
There is. Murphy will still be a top 10 caliber player. I just don't think he's someone that you even consider at the top of the draft,
Okay.
just because the production and consistency were not there.
For
The
Murphy?
tool, yeah, with Murphy, his tools are. You could make a case Murphy has better tools than Anderson.
Really?
The size, the length, the weight, the get off, the explosion, but Anderson just plays the game at a much higher level, at a much more consistent level too. Murphy has some of the best tape in the class. His best tape probably matches the tape of Will Anderson. It's just not as frequent, and that's why I think that he's going to be just in that next tier. I think he still goes top 10 though.
Okay, and what does he bring into the table the most of? What is it that if you're getting Murphy, why are you getting Murphy?
Upside as an outside pass rusher with size. Sometimes you grab these outside pass rushers and they just fall short a little bit with the weight that can't set the edge versus the run. Murphy's got it all. I mean, this guy's going to measure at 6'5", 275 with elite length and speed. I mean,
and he can do everything too. He's a good run defender as well.
He can play every role, and he tries hard. He's a try hard pass rusher. That means a lot.
Okay, and I don't want to pass up too much here on Anderson. He's just the obvious guy that everybody knows about him. But what have you had time yet, or if not, what are you going to look at this year to try to figure out why his numbers weren't as explosive as last season?
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed it all year, and I've even noticed it on tape too. There were a couple things I just didn't see. I mean, he got a lot more attention this year, a lot more double teams, a lot more chip blocks. I even think Alabama's usage with him changed a little bit. I saw him playing inside shoulder more often this year than last year, and I don't have an exact number on that. I'll probably get that at some point. But it's crazy to me that we're talking about an off year and he still had 60 pressures, right? I think sometimes you go into a year just with expectations a little too high on a guy. So I just went back to the traits, right? Like the traits are all elite, elite intangibles as well. GMs and coaches are going to love him. And I mean, the dude's had 207 pressures over a 3-year career in the SEC. Sometimes you got to make sure you don't analyze too much and talk yourself out of him being an elite player. But yeah, to answer your question, I think he just got used a little different and had a little bit more attention put on him by opponents.